Before the Civil War, before World Wars, America fought pirates. But this wasn't just any pirate skirmish. It was a full-scale war, fought on foreign shores. This is the story of the First Barbary War, when a young republic stood up to centuries-old thrones and demanded respect on the high seas. After the Revolution, U.S. merchant ships lost British naval protection. North African states, Tripoli, Tunis, and Algiers, known as the Barbary States, seized the opportunity. These Ottoman-backed pirate kingdoms raided ships and captured sailors for ransom or slavery. European nations paid tributes to avoid conflict. The U.S. did too, reluctantly. Presidents Washington and Adams paid millions in gold to avoid conflict. But by 1801, Tripoli wanted more. When President Thomas Jefferson refused to pay, the Pasha of Tripoli declared war by cutting down the flagpole at the U.S. consulate. America, still new and fragile, responded with cannons. The United States sent a small squadron of warships to the Mediterranean. Ships like the USS Constitution and USS Philadelphia were the pride of the new U.S. Navy. But the Navy faced harsh waters, unfamiliar lands, and cunning enemies. In 1803, disaster struck. The USS Philadelphia ran aground near Tripoli and was captured, along with 300 American sailors. Rather than let the ship be used by pirates, Lieutenant Stephen Decatur led a daring raid. He sailed into enemy harbor, boarded the Philadelphia, and burned it. Admiral Nelson called it the most bold and daring act of the age. While the Navy blockaded Tripoli, a secret land mission was brewing. William Eaton, former consul to Tunis, devised a bold plan: march an army across the desert to overthrow the Pasha. With 8 U.S. Marines, 500 mercenaries, and one goal, they crossed 600 miles of brutal desert to the city of Derna. In April 1805, Eaton and his force attacked Derna. After fierce fighting, they raised the American flag in victory, the first time it flew in the Old World. This battle inspired the famous Marine Corps line, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. The victory at Derna, combined with naval pressure, forced Tripoli to negotiate. A peace treaty was signed in June 1805. U.S. prisoners were freed, and no more tributes were paid. Though not a total military victory, it was a political and moral triumph. The First Barbary War shaped the identity of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. It proved that America would defend its citizens, even on distant shores. The war also set a precedent. The U.S. would not be bullied into submission. It was only the beginning. A second Barbary War would follow in 1815, and then America would rise as a global power. In history's shadow lies the tale of America's first fight far from home. The First Barbary War wasn't about conquest, it was about dignity. And in the end, the message was clear: even a young nation will not bow to tyranny.